We're with Erin McVeigh, one of the senior captains on the Eastern Connecticut women's swimming team. Erin, you guys are roughly 1/3 of the way through the season. Your thoughts on the season so far?
I think the team's doing very well considering we've only had 3 meets. The second half of our season's the heaviest. So for what the team has done now, I think we're doing very successful. A lot of the returning girls are going times they finished with at the end of last year. So for having such little time to race, such time to compete, I think the team's doing collectively very well.
Well, this team, you've got 10 people back who swam last year, 5 freshmen, 3 transfers. Would you consider this team to be an experienced team, maybe as experienced as the one from last year, which finished second in the New England?
Yeah, just because of so many people returning, and even the transfers, because 2 of them have swam, or all three of them have swam before, but 2 of them did compete at other schools. We have a lot of leadership coming back, and the freshmen adjusted to that very well. I think everybody stepped into leadership roles that had to, and I think the freshmen this year transferred in very well compared to previous years. So I think the team just blended very well this year, and it made being a leader that much easier.
Well, talking about blending, if you go to a meet or watch the team in practice or at meets, the one thing that strikes you is the level of encouragement that the girls show each other.
Yeah.
Has chemistry always been a big part of this team since you've been here?
Yeah, it's huge, especially in practice, because the sets get really tough. You get really tired. So hearing someone in the lane next to you just say, come on, 1 more or 2 more, you got this, it really helps. Just hearing somebody say that. I like to do that myself, but there's times I get tired and forget, and there's always other girls willing to do it. I mean, there's constant supportive chatter throughout practice and at swim meets as well.
Because the practices especially are so strenuous.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That you need someone pushing you, someone encouraging you, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a coach or a teammate.
Yeah, it definitely helps you because, I mean, all 3 coaches are constantly yelling at us throughout practice.
Yeah.
So it helps you hear it from a teammate, and it helps to have someone next to you, like in the lane next to you or 2 lanes over, swimming same speed as you, pushing you, even going ahead of you. It helps push you and go that much faster.
Well, it's a good point talking about being pushed. The competition level so far this year through the first few meets has not been very strong. Now, in swimming, is it very important? Does competition bring out the best in you as a swimmer, or could you do very well regardless of who you swim against?
It can vary person to person. Myself, I need competition. It really helps me when somebody's right next to me. But there could be somebody else who they prefer to be ahead of somebody, and that will push them more. So that's just something that it varies person to person. It can change.
Well, you guys have the Little East meet coming up in a couple of weeks. Right after it'll be a week after the Thanksgiving break. Going into that meet, does your training change between now and when that meet occurs in early December? Does your training change going into that?
We're going to keep working hard. We're going to come down to a mini taper. So the Thursday and Friday before the swim meet, we're just going to take it a little easier, but we don't want to bring our bodies down completely. We want to be able to see what we can do and where we are still working hard. So we just want to see where our bodies are at halfway through the season. It's kind of like a preview into New England's. But we're going to keep pushing through, and we're going to keep working hard right through the meet.
So it sort of serves as like a measuring stick to some degree for the halfway point of the year?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it's been you and Keene in the last 5, or at least especially since you've been here, it's been you and Keene at the top in the conference meet. Do you see any changes in that? You guys have been a very solid second.
Yeah, I don't really see that changing anytime soon. It's always fun to give Keene a run for their money. The competition, and even the girls on their team, are actually really nice. It's just always fun. The competition with Keene's just great.
Is it something that sort of caps the first part of the season, that competition?
Yeah. And then we get to see what they have too and what they're going as well. So it's a nice look to see what they have going into New England, and I'm sure they think the same for us.
Exactly. Well, we didn't really talk about this, but in your most recent meet against St. Joseph, you had 17 personal bests set. Are the young, mostly by the young people, Are the young people or the newcomers, do you think, are a little bit ahead of schedule based on that from where you thought they might be?
I think swimming in college and high school is much different, and a lot of people will capitalize on that, and I think our freshmen definitely have. And we broke, I think, at least 4 of their pool records, and in the relays, there were freshmen in those relays. So I think that actually gave them a big confidence boost. And I think that going into New England's, or LECs, it's just going to be a big confidence boost knowing that they're all going much faster and the team's going faster, and knowing that they have the support of all the returners. It's going to be a big boost for them.
Well, last question, Erin. The New England meet's quite a ways away. You guys have done so well in that meet. A lot of personal bests, a lot of school records in that meet. Do you see this team on course to do similar things in this year's New England's?
Oh yeah, especially since most girls have been going times they finished the season with last year. Yeah. I think we're all on track to do that, if not much better.
So Eastern Connecticut Women's Swimming will be off for a little while. They'll be back in action in the Little East Conference Championships on December 7th. Erin, thank you very much.
Thank you.